What's up, everybody? This is DTM. How are you doing today? I am Delta Tango Mike. Thank you for joining me for a first session of Sketch to Vector. I have added a link in the chat, so go ahead and download your sketch and join me in today's session where are going to start with a drawing, a sketch that I worked on, and then together we can work on the vector for it. All right, let's go ahead and jump on right on in. Big ups to everybody already joining us in the chat. It's good to see you. If you're watching this on Adobe Live or on Behance, please leave a comment so that I know you're there. Thank you to Voodoo Val for hanging out and keeping the chat in order. Also, Way to Cuff, Garrett. I saw all my cool people. RB, D, 7/8, Elizabeth, Gareth, and did I say Garrett already? Usha, Hagai, everybody. Thank you for stopping through. I appreciate you. Let's go ahead and share my screen with you so that we can jump right on in into this thing that I call Sketch to Vector. Again, the link is right here below my name, where you can also find the project where you can download the sketch that I'm sharing with you today. I have already shared a link, and maybe there is a link in here. No, but it's okay. If you go to my projects, you'll see the first project that's on my Behance. It is the Sketch to Vector, and you'll see this sketch right here. Let me move a couple things out of the way. Boom, boom, boom. Get my glasses so I can see. There it is, and check it out. I've been sharing this sketch for a while, all last week leading up until today. And today, what I'm going to do is show a little bit of my creative process when it comes to sketching, and then how I take that sketch in Fresco. Here it is in Fresco, into vector brushes, and then from Fresco into Illustrator. And at the end of the day, we end up with a cool, amazing character drawing that you can use anywhere you want. And for me, what I like about vector artwork is that you can scale it to whatever, put it on shirts, banners, stickers. I got a ton of stickers. These stickers here, I should have had them in my hand. Stickers. And so then and no matter where you put your artwork, the art is gonna look clean and sharp and fresh no matter what size. What's up, Bliss Art on deck? Welcome, welcome. Joshua, how you doing? And yes, please leave comments and suggestions. If you have any suggestions for a pose for next time, let me know, because this pose came from one of the Conan paintings from way back in the day, and I was like, that looks so cool. So what if it was me leaning on a pencil instead of a sword, a pencil? And so let me show you real quick what happens when I start sketching. Like in this sketch right here, what I decided to do is I started with, of course, Kyle's Manga Basic. I like to use not a black pencil for sketching or even the vectors. For the outline, I like to use a color. Sometimes it's cool to use a color so that way it has a little bit of flavor. So there it is, Kyle's Manga Basic Rough. It's already in my favorites. I like it. It's one of my pencil. It's a pixel brush. It's the pencil Basic Rough. And what I like to do, let me see. I see. How about an action pose with the human sized pencil? I like that, Elizabeth. Thank you, thank you. What's up, Jack on deck? Word, word, word. I really like this live and it's amazing. Thank you, Usha. I appreciate you. Okay, so this is what happens, right? First things first, sometimes I do play around with my pencils. All right, let's go make it a little bit smaller. Check on the dynamics and scattering. We're good. And but I do like my pencils a little bit fine. Let me see. Yeah, that's a little thick, but that's okay. That's all right, because then I can go really thin. Ah, nice, nice. All right, nice. So like with this pose, quickly, what I like to do is just a quick skeleton, if you will, or shapes. But it usually starts just like this, bam. And then let's put something here. Now, in the original Conan drawing, or painting, it has Conan standing on some rocks. But we don't want to do rocks, because I'm gonna do books, sketchbooks. So bam, there it is. I do want the arm up here, the hand, the wrist and the hand, and then the other arm coming down this way. Boom, there we go. And it's all shapes, just quickly shapes. I do like having a nice size head, and then the back a little bit hunched, because as artists we sit around a lot drawing, and we're usually like hunched up on the desk. I can't help it. It just works out that way. I have learned to step back from the page or the screen now, but usually you're like this, looking at it. Anyway, so here we go. Bam. And so let's go ahead and draw a pencil there. And that's how the sketch begins. Just like that, I have my shapes. I have my head. I know I don't have like a real torso or waistline, but this is enough to give me an idea. And if I need to, I go ahead and start drawing in some of the knees. I got the elbow right here. Go ahead and do the shoulder. Do the forearm. Bam. And yes, you must use a reference. I was looking at the picture of this pose when I drew the pose. So that way you try to maximize the reference into your drawing and things will kind of work out. If you have a particular art style, you can use your own art style, or if you're trying to do an exact replica of the pose in the reference, then that's fine too, but you want to have a reference to play with. And so let me check my notes. What's up? It's Fresco. That's right. I am drawing on Adobe Fresco on the iPad. Sorry, I didn't mention that when I got on. Boom. But yeah, so the first step in all my sketches is always some shapes. Boom. Very rough. And it's crazy because at this point, I already know what I want. And I can see some of the other artists' sketches and very rough sketches like, oh, that's going to be cool. But sometimes when you show your client a sketch, they're like, what is this? That's not what I ordered. Like, I know this is just something to get us started. It's just a pose. So once I have a pose that I like and or at least I have the elements and it looks like I have the pose that I'm looking for, then what I like to do is turn down the opacity. And in this case, boom, here goes the next rough sketch. Let me see, is that it? I think I got him. Yeah, that's it. I forget which one's which. Yeah, there it is. That's the one. And so now let me go ahead and turn off this one. And now on the second stage is where, and I can show you what that would look like. Let me go ahead and grab that, duplicate, all right, let's turn one off and go like this. Make it small so we can see. And it's at the second stage when we have the very rough edges is when I start shaping up the body and roughing out the concept. Is this really going to be leaning? Is it going to be, are we going to see a lot of the muscles, less muscles? I got a belly, so I know I don't want to do all the muscles and stuff. I want to add my belly in there and make it like me. And I like wearing hats. So then that's when, like start with the hat. Oh, do a new layer. There we go. Bam. Now, of course, if you're like me and you like drawing characters, then that means you like to draw yourself. And if you don't like drawing yourself, start practicing drawing yourself. I'm telling you, like, that's the best character ever. Yourself. You are the character. There we go. Oh, boom, boom. Do some eyes. Bam. Let's go ahead and do the beard. There we go. Oh, yeah. When I was younger, that's how my beard was. Just a little goatee. Then as I got older, I got tired of shaving. And now I just trim a little bit. That's it. Elizabeth says, I love drawing myself. You got to. Let's see, I need to buy an iPad then. But no, I am happy with other Adobe software. That's cool. Fresco runs on the Surface and other PC devices. So you don't have to have an iPad. Now, of course, there it is, the back. Let's go ahead. Like I said, the belly. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do the shirt. I like wearing shirts. And boom, there it is. Yeah, it's similar. Let me go like this. Put this arm up. There it is. There we go. Look at that. Now, of course, like I said, I like drawing characters and people. So I kind of have an idea of where I want my lines and how I want something to work. And just like that, I'm still using the Kyle's manga pencil, very rough pencil. And that's because I want to give this drawing a little bit of flavor. To the knee. At this point, I'm still playing with some of these details. But, so the knees may come out a little crazy. the ankles. And, you know, I never wore these kind of pants that have the cuff on the bottom, but I like drawing them that way because then I don't know how to draw pants that just end like that. Like that's I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. I can't do it. I have to have that cuff. Yeah, yeah. Why not? What's going on? I want to put basically all of what you said on a t-shirt. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate that. Voodoo says, obviously, Dan, but such a simple sketch level is also strong meme aura. Yes, meme Dan. Oh, that's the Tango meme. I like that. That's super cool. Let me write that down. Oh man, that's cool. Delta Tango. Yeah. Meme. All right. I like it. I like it. We're gonna keep that. All right. So at this stage, you know, I'm looking at this, and this is where a lot of layers happen. You know, I may draw this and be like, okay, this is cool, and then I feel like I want to adjust something. I don't like this. I don't like that. You know, at this point here, this head is kind of too separate from the shoulder. The shoulder's way over here, and the head is over there. So I may start either trimming out some edges and moving some elements around by using the lasso and then doing the transform. There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool, cool, cool. Deselect. Bam. There goes the. Let's get the pencil. Bam. There goes the rest of the forearm. Boom. There goes the shirt. Okay, I like it. I like it. Yeah, yeah. That came out all right. And then boom. Now what I do like, let me see. This is gonna work, right? Let me see. Yep. I do like this snap line feature. And basically it helps me draw my pencils straight. You know, I do like drawing crooked pencils, but sometimes I like straight pencils. That just draw the line, hold the end of the line, and then it'll snap and goes. Yeah. Yeah. I do admire artists who draw pencils in their artwork and they're like super sharp and clean paintings of pencils. Is like that's a beautiful pencil. And then when I draw my pencils, I draw them all crooked and weird. It's like, yeah, that's my pencil. And I don't know why. I was on vacation once, and I came across this gift store, and it had these branchy looking pencils. I was like, what? Like you can make pencils out of branches? And it was, you know, I don't know. I don't know how they made it, but I thought that was. I do like including sketchbooks in my drawings. It looks like a textbook and all, but it's all right. Bam, there it is. And then another book right here, leaning, because I do love a sketchbook. There we go. Bam. And that helps, you know, tell the story of the artist. I am DTM. I love to draw, and so all the elements in my picture and my character bring out who I am and what I'm about. But bam, I do like drawing big. What do you call those? The tongue. Is that a word? Is that how we say that? The shoe. I don't know if they call it the tongue. Whatever. That's it. That's in the front, and there we go. You know, from here I refine, 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 draw it over and over again. Turn down the opacity, turn off the old one, and then move on to the next level. And so at this point now, I am at least 3 layers in on the pencil sketch. And I'm like, okay, and I have to check my time to make sure that we have plenty of time to finish this off. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I like what I'm doing here. The lines are a lot cleaner. Add a little bit of details. I am super crazy detail oriented. I don't know how to draw without details. I was watching the stream earlier today. They were talking about MySpace. Like, hey, that's way back when, right? But I remember comics from way back when, where there was a lot of line work in them, and that's when I started to draw by copying what I saw in the comic books. So now, when I'm sitting here drawing, I love doing some of these details where, let me show you. I need to turn this on. Did I turn it on? There, see, there it is. Boom, show touches. Where, you know, you got all these lines right here on the arm, lines on the side of the torso, lines on the face, lines on the beard. It's like just makes everything come out. Another tip that I have for artists is sometimes it's okay to have, you know, some of these thick lines right here. Just have a thick line right there. So that way it gives your figure that that conclusive evidence that this is the edge of the figure. This is the edge of the character. Bam. And then some of the lines on the inside will be thinner, and that lets the eyeball know, lets your brain believe that, okay, those are the details, and that's why I'm looking at the folds of the pants, the folds right here of the pants, and there goes the edges of the shoe, and so on. And even little lines for the pencil, for the paper in the sketchbook. Bam, there we go. So I did write down for myself as a note that I'm using Cow's Manga Basic Rough. This is called the Barbarian. Now that we have the sketch, and you can download this sketch from my projects in Behance. Go through my Behance page, first project on there, sketch to vector, and download the drawing. Usha says, what is sketching is not good. I mean, all are not good at sketching. Yes. Well, if you're not good at sketching, and your sketching and it's not good, then your drawing is going to suffer, because along the way, when you're drawing and sketching and adding these different layers over and over and over, your drawing gets cleaner, cleaner, and cleaner. But I won't say it's not good, because I know artists. Oh, there's who, um, and they're not bad, but they made their drawing level part of their drawing style. So it's not about how good a drawing is. It's more about, is this your art style now? And I did an interview. I did a podcast for a long time where I was interviewing artists. And one of the things this one artist was telling me was that he was very messy when in art school. He was very messy about his drawings, and so his teacher would get mad at him about how messy the drawings were. Until one day, as the teacher was again telling him why, asking him to clean up his drawings, the teacher then said, "Unless that's your art style." And then my artist friend said, "Yes, that's the day I said that's my art style." So, it's not about, is it good versus bad. It's more about, where is your art style. And one thing that I want to do is have more stylized drawings, where everything is not in exact proportion. We're not going for perfection here. We're going for the character. Does the character tell you what it is, what it's about? This character right here has, of course, the pencil in a holster as a belt. I always love that cowboy stuff. Got a pencil in his hand, got a big pencil right here, got some sketchbooks down here. Bam, you know that this character is an artist and loves art. So can you tell a story? If you can tell a story, it's not about good or bad. However, I will say this. And Elizabeth, you're asking about how many rounds of sketches do you normally do? About 3 or 4, unless I can't get the drawing right, which sometimes takes 5 or 6 or even 10 sketches. Sometimes I have to walk away from it. I don't do that when I'm streaming. When I'm streaming, I have to figure it out. And you'll see me struggle. Watch some of my streams. You see me struggle, and it's like, it's not coming out. I was live with Voodoo Val a couple years ago, and we were drawing together. And I sat there and I did a drawing, and it did not come out really good. I wasn't happy with it. But the stream was over. It's like, fine, we're done here. Well, I spent the next 2 days working on it. And then I got the drawing that I wanted, that I wish I would have been able to draw that first day we were streaming. So it happens. It happens. The next step in my sketching process, and keep asking the questions because I love to talk about drawing and art. The next step in my sketching process is to go ahead, turn down the opacity of my sketch. Budubal says, yes, it's all about intentional rule breaking too. That's right, Elizabeth. And I'm glad you agree, Usha. So I turn down the opacity. Go ahead and create a new layer. In this case, I already have the layer ready. And then I get my vector brush. And this is where I really, 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 I really, really, really love fresco. So let me go get my taper brush. I have a lot of favorites. Whenever you find a brush you like, and and you're using it, you like it, then go ahead and click on that little star. So the next time you need it, it just goes to your boom favorites and select it and find that brush instead of digging around looking for those brushes that you want. So now that I have the brush I want, I'm still keeping that same color. Now I'm working on my lines. And this is where it's like, look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. I grew up drawing with pencils and then inking with pens, and you try to get a nice clean line, because if you mess up your ink, your ink drawing, now you gotta start over. And so I became very, very, very careful about my line weights, about the pressure, about the brushes, about the pen, the brush pen I'm using, so that I can get that perfect line. And these vector brushes are so amazing. Voodoo Val says, I sketch just like these with the opacity down and you sketch on top. That's right. Sometimes you do it in 2 or 3 steps. Sometimes like, no, hello, step number 12. And thank you, Usha. I had to say, an expert at sketching. I'm very good because I like it. I really like it. And thank you for joining us on YouTube. Sammy says, "Can you draw icon collection?" Well, today we're just doing illustration characters. Thank you, Voodoo Val. But join us, and in all of these different streams, there's always something new that is going to touch on those things you're looking for. And so, as a character artist, you start to notice little things. I do have chunky cheeks, so I go ahead and add a little bit of detail here. Now, I think what I did in this uh, outline is that I'm doing by double tapping. Is that what I wanted to do here? Let me go ahead and turn that on and ungroup, and then close these off or turn them off. Is that what I wanted to do is draw. Oh yes. What I wanted to do is show you how I go between different layers for different effects, and because I cannot get away from details, what I started to do was, and I don't need this one now, is have one layer for the main outline. Right? Boom. And so now I still want some of these details here, but instead of drawing them on the same outline layer, then what I want to do is create a new layer. And let me see. I had to have this in the oven. I didn't want to get cut out here trying to draw this the same day. And there it is right there. So then what I like to do is start a new layer. And then the second layer is where I go in with some of these details. And as you can see, it's the same brush, the same color, but now the color of the lines are a different tone. And here's that secret. Here's how I work out that secret right there. Now I'm not gonna do this right here. Now I can, and so you see me adding a lot of the different lines here in the beard. I may even go like this. As a matter of fact, let's go. Boom, to the nose. Bam, because I know I got a strong nose. So, embrace yourself. Embrace who you are and use your own face as practice. All right, so now what I have done with this layer is show you is that it's still a basic layer, but I turned down the opacity. Look, here's at 100%. All right, it's the same tone. The lines, the detail lines, the same color as the outline line work. But if I have different layers for each, then I can turn down the opacity for the extra lines, and now I have like this line work that kind of blends in, and now I can finish off some of these. Here we go, bam. Do something right here like this. Boom. Bam. There we go. Yes. Yes. All right. And as after a while, I just turn off my sketch layer, and now I have my two main layers, the detail layer and the outline layer. Look at that. That's crazy. What is that? What's going on here? I don't know what that is, but that's cool. All right. So at this point, I've gone through a whole lot of details. There can be too many details sometimes, but sometimes those are cool. Let's see. Let's go like this. Just draw a line. Don't let go. And bam. Let's go like this. As a matter of fact, let's go. Now, a quick drawing technique here is a big Han Solo vibe, says Voodoo Val. Yes. Yes, I like big belts in my characters. It's more on the Batman, but it does have that classic belt that everybody wears out here in adventures on the movies. Hey, Annika, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bliss on deck. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Let's see, that belt dough, says Annika. That's right. I would rock it now. Look, if you cosplay instead of weapons, put on some big pencils. Yes, yes. All right. So at this point, yes, I like adding a few details here and there, just throwing things in here because you can go crazy and you can spend a lot of time just trying to make your drawing have these details that sometimes maybe no one will see ever, especially if your drawing is this little and it's on the online and the internet or even on YouTube, Instagram. But some of my artwork I have printed out very large and installed it as a mural. And so then what happens is that when you stretch out the artwork and make it really, really big, you get to see all the little details. So even though you think that, hey, nobody's going to really be this close looking at this, why am I wasting my time? Or, let me just, that's a mistake. I'm going to leave it. Who cares? Somebody's going to care because they're going to see your work somewhere out there. They're going to print it real big. And because it's vector, it will transform as big as they print it. They want to print it and it'll still look sharp and clean. So you want to take your time. You want to sit here and look at your drawing, look at other artists' work, and see where they go with their details, how they like to add extra information in their drawing so that it tells a story of who this character is. Bam, there we go. I think we're good here. Let's do a couple here. So if I do something on one side, I do it on the other. I don't like to talk about me being a Gemini, but that's a Gemini thing where like there has to have balance. If I'm gonna do something on one side, then it needs to have it on the other. If I'm gonna do details on the pencil like this, then I'm gonna do it on the details on this pencil like that. And sometimes I have to look and see what did I do here? Why did I have that happen? So let's go like this. There you go. Oh yeah, I like it. Nice. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of something. Bam. Bliss R says you spend 3 hours zoomed in doing a detail no one will ever see. You gotta get in there and do it for yourself. Sometimes, I want to do it for myself, even though nobody's gonna see it. I want to fix this belt here. Because I see that, but I kinda wish. Oh, and there we go. All right. Thank you for the comments on YouTube. It's what do you think about digital drawing and painting software? It's a tool. That's what I think. It's a tool. Master your tools. And that's a great question that we should spend time talking about. Except that I only have 1 hour and I'm already halfway in. I want to apologize for not single greet each one. Oh, Axel, welcome to the stream. When your Virgo nature kicks in to my art, I perfect it until it's not the same painting. Yup. And Annika, what's up? What's up? Hey, Pixie Pew, how you doing? This is a regular Apple Pencil, but it has a sleeve, so it looks like an actual pencil. It's got that yellow sleeve. It's got the eraser head right there. Bam, and so bam, that's my pencil right here. Capricorn, what's up? So big ups to everybody, whatever your sign is. As a Gemini, I have to have balance. Like things have to match. Otherwise, I feel like I feel like Monk. Anybody watch that show? Guy's like walking crooked because something in his pocket is more than another other side of the body. Whatever. Anyways, but yes, we should spend some time talking about our tools because as artists in any medium, you should know what your tools are capable of doing, and so that goes for digital, traditional, anything. I have hundreds of pencils, hundreds of markers, hundreds of pens, at least over 100 sketchbooks. You got to always have some know your tools and have the tools that you know are gonna work for you. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Thank you, PCPU. Harry's all right. And Monk was cool, right? Yes, and Gemini's. That's right, Stony. Gemini's. Okay, so let's get back into it. So as once I have I'm already in the vector. I have 2 layers already. That's when I start to think about what am I gonna do here when it comes to the colors and or the shading. And so sometimes I really like to just start with the shading first because I can't figure out my colors, and I keep saying that, and I think that's why I keep making that my reality. But it's because it's like a lot of thinking. It's a lot of thinking. Does this color go with that? Trinitary, binary? I don't know what they are. It's a lot of different ways on how color works. And so I like sometimes to just tackle the shading. And so here's the trick for shading. Turn up my 100% opacity, and this is the same brush, okay, the same color. But it's like, wait a minute, what happened here? What's going on? That looks I don't know. It looks like he's in the alley, posing in the alley, and there's just one light right there. No, what I ended up doing is I have a normal layer. I switch the blend mode to multiply, turn down the opacity. Look at that, and then I can make it as dramatic as I want. Here we go. And Sani, if you are just learning, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're here. Bliss says, I've made a conscious effort to pick colors in advance as of late. Yeah, sometimes that is cool too. Yeah. Just make up colors as you go along. And sometimes they work out, and I stick to basic Mexican colors. Sometimes I find color combinations that I like that other artists are doing and using, and I'm like, okay, they figured it out. I'm going to go with that. So there we go. So now I turn down the opacity and I have this layer. It's like, cool, that looks good. Boom. And so I can sit here and keep adding, more and more shading to different parts. Like this, just still kind of have more here. Boom. The belt, all under the belt, we have, there we go. Bam. And by the pants, here's by the knees. Just start adding everywhere you want. And this is where the all the detail comes out too, because now I just want to make sure, like, you need some detail. You need some detail. Over here needs some detail. Everybody gets some detail. Let's go like that. Now at this point, it's like, this is good. I like it. It gives me that depth perception right here, like in the belly area. You can tell that that's back there, and so on. So now what I like to do is this trick right here. I got lots of tricks. That same shadow layer, I duplicate it. Boom, it got darker. Okay, get the eraser. Check this out. This is fresco. That's right. This is fresco. Do I like sketching cards? I do. And sometimes, to get that confidence of where the shadows goes is practice, and using light. We got to use our lights. Okay, so here's how we go, right? So now that I have 2 copies of the same shadow, what I like to do is grab the eraser and take away a little bit of the first shadow layer. Take away. And I developed this trick. I don't know if I've seen it somewhere. I'm sorry. I can't give credit to where credit is due because I forgot where it came from, or if I came up with it. I don't remember now. I don't remember. But I do know that when I see artists like Voodoo Val, Bliss Art, and Gareth, and they like masters of the pixels and Photoshop, and they can make Wade is amazing with it too. They know how to blend the pencils and get that gradient and whatever, and it starts to look realistic, very, very realistic. And so my technique is to use these vector layers, this, so that I can slowly build out my own gradients. And I remember looking at like comic books and how they use these other apps. And then on the leg, you can see like 4 different tones of the same color. And on the arm, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. So what if I were to pile on these vector layers, and then I can get very similar. Boom. All right, so let me turn that off and turn on the one that I did. There it is. So this is 2 layers with each other working together. That's cool. You can do a lot with this. Yes. Yes, Bliss, you're Adobe Live famous. I'm learning so many new things. Thank you, Pixie Pew. Appreciate that. Okay, so look at this. Before, after. And I suggest that you try out this trick, because when you have when you use the layer opacities along with blend modes, you're able to accomplish a lot more than just trying to find the color to add in the shadow. Find the color, add in the shadow, find the color. You know, that's kind of cool, but I kind of like this way because then you'll see what we can do in Illustrator. And I got a little bit of time left. Okay, so here we go. So far I have, let me get rid of this because I don't want to see it here. Delete it. Confuse me, man. Confuse me. All right, so now here goes the color. Now, before I start the color, let me go ahead and go back to my line artwork and click on set as reference. All right, this is a cool super trick that just came out recently, and oh, I'm loving it. New layer. Move that layer down below. Boom. I always like my line work to be at the very top. Let's see. So then, now that I have my reference layer and a blank layer, I get the paint bucket. This is where, you know, I struggle with the colors, but I'm gonna roll with it. And so I'll go ahead and grab like a brown. And I did make sure that when I did my line work that there is all these shapes are closed off. Okay, they're closed off. They're all closed, like all the lines connect. Because then I can just use the paint bucket and tap. Vector, please. Thank you. Boom. Tap. Tap. Tappity tap. Don't talk back. It was yickety yak. Don't talk back. Boom. Here we go. Yes. All right. So I got all the brown. Looking good. Looking good. Now let me put that way down here under the shadows. Boom. Look at that. Sorry. I get excited. Let me see what's going on right here. What's going on? Everybody talking about art and artists. That's cool. All right. So what happened was I made a layer and I make sure that I have my reference set. There we go. Boom. Set as reference for that line work. I have a layer for where I'm just dropping that paint bucket. And that looks a little too dark, right? So then what I can do is look, turn down the opacity, and that's okay. That's all right. I need more red. Make it bring it this way. Let's go. Damn. There we go. Nice. And so now let me go ahead and turn this on. And there it goes. Look at the colors. And so I do like to use different colors, different layers for different colors, but sometimes I just throw it all together. It's okay. It don't stress me out. Because later sometimes you want to make edits and changes, and if it's all in the all the colors on the same layer, then it's kind of extra work to make that to make those adjustments. So let's turn on this layer also. Bam! So now I see that my skin tone. Let's go. Boom! Change it right there. Let's go right here and check on my opacities. So if sometimes your colors come out too dark and you don't like it, you can always change them if you want to, or do what I do is turn down the opacity. It's like, well, let me just fix that like that. Look. Now, if I want a color, let's turn that off. Let's turn this back on. And there's the opacity. This is kind of dark. So let's say I want a white. I want to lighten the skin tone. I can also duplicate that layer. So now I have two of the same layer. Go ahead and get that. Let's get that pink right there. Get the paint bucket. Change these colors. Right? And then that's crazy. That's crazy. I can turn down the opacity on that second layer, and now I am combining the colors of two layers. I am two Mexican chocolate. I am combining two different layers to get that color that I want. Don't fight this. I mean, unless you're, you know, a color expert and you're good at it. I like the white and cocoa contrast. Thank you, Bliss. Um, in my case, I don't want to sit there and keep trying to find the color or where is my there's a way to do the hex color somewhere around here. I forget where the hex colors are. In any case, I don't want to have to figure that out. What I want to do is let my eyeballs tell me that is too bright, this is too dark. Let me find the right spot. Yeah, I think I'm cool with that. Let me go ahead and pile those on together and turn it off and turn this one on. Let me see. And then put this back on. Look. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. It's crazy. Let me open that up again. Let's turn that one up a little bit. There you go. Yeah, yes. Use the colors to your advantage. Use the layers to your advantage as an artist. His name is Mexifunk. Find him on Instagram. He's here a lot. And he says layers don't cost you anything. Layers are free. All right, so now that I have my shadows, I have colors. Last thing I want to do is add some highlights. There goes some highlights right there. What? Let's see. Yep. Yep. That's right. That's right. That's right. All right, let me see. Let me go ahead and get my recent colors. No, where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. Recents. There it is. I think it was white. Let's turn it up. Boom. Yep, it's just white. Look, it's just a white brush in here. And I turned down the opacity. Now, I do notice something that I didn't do before. So let me get the eraser. And let's erase right here. I started to do it on the demo brush, demo layer, but I didn't finish it. Just add extra details. And right now, you're thinking, yeah, well, not much I can see the difference here right now. But we're gonna jump into Adobe Illustrator before we're done with today. Look, I even got some of them shadows here. Shadows. Boom. But we're gonna jump into Adobe Illustrator and really, really make this stand out hard. All right, so let's get the highlights. There's the highlights. Get the brush. I can get rid of that color. And anywhere I feel like there should be some highlights, I just throw them in there. And how do you know? Practice. You practice, practice, and watch other artists. Look at other artwork. And I need to do something about that yellow right there, but I'll fix it later. Look at other artists' artwork and then just copy it. Go through Voodoo Val's Behance and copy all her drawings. And as you copy them, you start to understand where the shadows are and why they're there, and where the highlights are and why they're there. And it makes that picture just boom. There it is. Awesome. It is, says Usha. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please share his Behance. Okay, cool. Thank you. Spencer, yes. Why are you so talented? I was going to sleep, but now I'm watching this live. I'm from India, and it's 2 a.m. Yes, there you go. Stick around. Okay, so I'm almost done here. I do want to make sure you save. It's important to save your work. I've been working on some animations with Fresco, and my goodness, it is it can get very intense out here. All right, so boom, and Voodoo Val says, "Do it. Go copy her work." And learn from it. That's why it's okay to try out other artists. Try out to do other artists' work. Don't claim it as your own. Just draw it and study it. Study it. All right, so there we go. We got enough highlights here. Boom. Let's go a little bit right there. And the technique that I wanted to share earlier and I forgot is that I always do my lines that the exact same way. Is my hand and my wrist, they follow each other. I don't try to do weird lines where your arm is going in a weird direction. Nah, turn the drawing around. There you go. This, and then go like that. Bam. And then go like that. That was crooked. And go like that. Yeah, right when I'm trying to show off. Then my wrist like, nah, buddy. Okay, here we go. We're good. We're good. That looks good. That's good. I like it. If I like it, we're good then. All right. For this, got a few spots. And before we move on into Adobe Illustrator. All right, so if you're still watching this, thank you for hanging out. And here comes the part you don't want to miss. About to get down. Just adding a few other spots here. Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah. Here we go. All right. Bam. Boom. Bam. All right. So we got to a point where like, okay, I'm ready. Oh yeah, hold on. Boom. There goes the background. Boom. There goes an empty blank white vector shape of the character. So that way I can play with those values and by using the opacity and the blend modes. Because if I don't create a white background for the character, then it all bleeds right through. Even the eyes. Look at the eyes. Like, dang, this guy hasn't slept. And drawing, stressed out. No, we're good. Look, bam, here we go. So now that I have the pieces that I want, I can go ahead and release reference. Thank you. Thank you. Clever says, making it look so easy. Yes. And stay drawing where it lines. Stay. That's another quote, Bliss, right there. I like that. And if any one of you want to repaint any of Voodoo Val's paintings, it should be both complimented and happy to offer any advice. There you go. All right. And thank you for the combo on YouTube and Behance. You guys are awesome. What I'm doing right now is grouping all of these layers together. And please stay tuned for the next session. I will be releasing a new sketch every time before we go live, or at least a week or so before we go live, so that you can download the sketch and use it in Fresco or your favorite program and try Vector. Why not? Okay, so I have two groups here. Save now. Got it. And here's where it goes. Okay, nothing this hand, nothing that hand. Up in the top right, we're going to export this. It says open a copy. It's a little box with an arrow. Click on it. And in that menu, it says open a copy. And then we're going to select Illustrator iPad. You can go to Illustrator on desktop if you want to, but I'm going to stick with the iPad to keep it simple. Boom, here we go. Just like that. That's so fast. I want to convert layers to objects. Let's leave that on. And I don't need to import hidden layers, even though that's kind of cool. Never really thought about that. Here you go. Click on OK and just wait for it. Give it a second because it's doing some magic behind the scenes. And there we goes. Boom. Look at this. So now that we're in Illustrator, there goes our layers. I'm glad I grouped everything. See, so we have a group here, a group there, and then a background image that's just nothing. We can get rid of it if we want to. Delete it. So there it is. Boom. Now, is this drawing went from Fresco into Illustrator by the magic of the Creative Cloud. And if I was to just close this and open up Illustrator on my desktop, I can see this file in the Creative Cloud and part of my Creative Cloud documents. I can open my Creative Cloud files or at least to the website to look at my files online, and I can see them through the browser. So there it is. Boom. I prefer the light, says Garrett. Says no. All right, lines from the dark side. Oh, that's super cool. I like that. All right, so now that I'm in Illustrator, let me show you something. Select this layer and select. Let me see if it don't crash, because you know, come on, Illustrator. All right, let me go like this. Right now, these are all vectors. Come on, come on. There we go. Ooh, it went from one place to the other. Let's go right there. It is. Give it a second, and you'll see all the anchor points. All the anchor points. It's just a lot. It's taking a minute. And even though this is a super strong iPad, here we go. Look. Come on, vector points. Those are all anchor points, and it's just, let me just lock it so that that process can stop. But here it is. These are all the layers and vectors that showed up in Illustrator from when I drew it in Fresco. I like that. And there's that main background. Turn it off. Look at that. On. Just the background of the character. Then the background of the picture. There we go. Interesting. And if you don't like the color, this is why, I like having different colors and different layers. Let's say you want to change the color of the background. Okay, let's go ahead and select that background layer. And there's the path in there. Go get your color. See, can we make it pop out? And then just bring it down. Change it. Ooh, look at that. But I think there is a blend mode. No blend modes here. What about now? No, it's it. That is it. That's the real deal. Okay, cool. Make it blue. Make it purple. Oh yeah, make it somewhere in between. I like it. Lock that layer. Select the next layer. Boom, change it. See, now you start changing the whole look and feel of this drawing by selecting different layers that contain a different color. And you're just changing the mood. There we go. Now, I do feel like some of these have an opacity. Go ahead and grab that. Use the selection tool. Let me go ahead and combine all. Convert to path. Got it. And it's still a group because that means there's pieces that are left behind. Let me get that. There we go. Gotcha. and double check. Yep, that's on normal. Everything is on normal. It just feels like there's the opacity is off. Make it darker. Bam. There we go. Yeah. All right, so now what I feel like doing here is making this lighter. Go there. See? The higher layers, we're gonna change that color. Come on now. You know what I'm trying to do. We're on the internet right now. Bam. Changing it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but there we go. Yeah. Yes. So each one of these layers adds more gradients, or it's not really a gradient. It adds more different colors in the background that looks like the sun is beaming or something back there is on. It's on. Now the last thing I do want to do with this background, let me just collapse this group, lock it, and grab that path that's in the back. Just select it. We can on the bottom here, you'll see that it has the little plus button. Boom, I clicked on it, and then that gave me duplicated that path. So now I go into my colors, gradient, radial gradient in the middle. Boom. And let's see, in the center, I want a bright color. On the outside, I want a darker color. Whoa. And I can move all of this right there. What? Let's go ahead like this. Yeah. I like it. Okay. I don't know about you guys. I get excited. All right. Lock the background. Oh, let's see. Boom. That's not too bad. It does feel a little dark. So I can select that gradient layer or path and turn down the opacity just a little. And if I really want to, I can take these off, and I still have that. Look at that. Oh, that's crazy. So you can play around with whatever you like. Okay, let's go with that. That's what I started with, and that's what I'm going to go with. Turn that down. I can grab all of these other ones. Just that one. Turn it down a little bit. They are a little bit dark. Go. Just individually. There you go. Bam. All right. Lock that group. And I am going to go to the home screen so it can save. And we're almost down to the last little bit. Oh, put some razzle dazzle. Yes. I know, Bliss. Sorry, we got blend modes. And I can think only in my mind that that's how it's going. That's right. Razzle dazzle. All right. So Condan. What? Condan Sparkle? Yes, Elizabeth. This is Adobe Illustrator on the iPad. And so the last couple things I'm going to do before we're done here today is let's lock this white background for the character. This is some of the colors of the character. Let's lock it. And then this is the outlines. Okay, so in here we have outlines, and inside the outlines we caught some of these highlights and one of these shadows. And so one of these shadows, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select that, and sometimes it works in Illustrator on let me see, focus locked. Sometimes it works on the iPad, and sometimes it doesn't, because it's because it has certain amount of control on the iPad versus on the desktop. So I selected a layer, go to the colors, and it doesn't give me my gradients, which if I could, I would set up my gradients to really go crazy in Illustrator in my character, just like I did on the background. All right, so we're almost done here. We're out of time. I appreciate all of you hanging out. You guys are all super cool. Make this time go fast. When you don't have knowledge about the software, then you try to understand like no one, but it's still like what's happening. My mind, keep an eye, be focused. Thank you, Usha, for that. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. Voodoo Val, Bliss Art, Elizabeth, Jen, how you doing? Welcome. Love hip hop. That's right. Let's see who else was in here. Gareth, Stony, how you doing? All of you guys made this cool. Lisa, clever. Make sure you check us out. Stay tuned for more. There's lots going on here on Behance, but check out Delta Tango Mike. I'm always sharing something. We have a Discord. Reach out to me anytime with questions, comments, and suggestions, and you'll see some more of the streams related to Vector, Adobe Fresco, and Adobe Illustrator. I stream every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on Behance. And at this point, what I want to do, since we got a couple more minutes, hey, yeah, it's a great way to thank you, Stoney, appreciate you. Pixie Pew, thank you. SLP Price made it, yes, Joshua, everybody was here. Good. Let's go ahead and export, and I'm gonna go to Publish and Export. I'm gonna export as, because I want a JPEG. I want a high resolution. I'm gonna click on Export, save an image. Got it. Close it. Close this. It's saving to the cloud because I can still open this file in Adobe Illustrator on the desktop, and then go to my photos, select my photo, boom, let's go. You know what I'm gonna do, set as wallpaper. Yeah, there you go, like that. Home screen. All right, bam, there we go. Now your device looks like it's brand new because it's got a whole different wallpaper, and you feel like that's fresh. All right, everybody, thank you so much. I am DTM, the creative genius, here on Behance. Download the sketch, start using Vector with Adobe Fresco or Illustrator, and tag me, Sketch to Vector or Delta Tango Mike. Until next one, I am DTM. Talk to y'all later. Peace out. Yeah.